Back. Here we go. Everything's rolling. The microphone's working. I can see that's going, and we're good to go. Hopefully, well, this is for you, Elon. You were asking me how that was working. I won't tell you. I won't tell everybody else. What am I into today? We're going to talk a little bit about making records on this channel, making recordings, mixing, recording, producing, all the things I've been around for the past 9 million years, 30 plus years or so at least, of being in the studio and working with artists and working on my own music and other people's music nonstop, probably 98% of the time. I'll always go back to a conversation that I will have had off camera, whether it's on the phone or in an email or a text, or so that I have some point of reference to talk about things with you. One of the things that comes up often is the concept of when an artist is working with a producer, the negative perception on some people's part that the artist put their stamp on the music. The producer put their stamp on the artist's music. And it's same thing goes for if the mixer put their stamp, their signature sound on the artist's work. Now, some of the stuff that I'm talking about is clearly, obviously, for people that do music. So, I think the last episode was about, I got into some talking about meditation, but this has nothing to do with meditation. This is music industry stuff. So it's talked about a lot. Oh, so-and-so, when he mixes a record, it sounds like he mixed the record. So-and-so, when he or she produces an artist, it always sounds just like, or you can tell that they produced it. Guess what? That's what you're paying for. Myself or anyone else, you get paid for what you do and for what your sound is and what your signature is, your stamp on things. For instance, if you're an artist, as an example, if you're an artist and you hire, I'll throw another mixer's name out there, Bob Clearmountain, legendary guy, one of the guys that I look up to over the years. I'll tell you this much. If I was an artist and I hired Bob Clearmountain to mix one of my records, you can be damn sure that I would want it to sound like Bob Clearmountain mixed it, not like I mixed it, or not how I directed Bob Clearmountain to mix it. And I'm just using Bob's name as an example. I'll use myself. If you hired me to mix one of your records, you're hiring me for what I do. Otherwise, why hire the person? Why book them so that they can be somewhat of capture your vision? Then you should be mixing the record, or you should be producing yourself. And this is one of the pitfalls or tricky areas that artists get into, especially in now the world now where it's so easy to self-produce. They can't understand why they can't get their records to sound like they want them to sound. So then they go to another producer and they say, hey, produce my record. And usually that's where the battle starts to begin, because if the artist doesn't want to let go of a little bit of what the production concept is, then there's no point in hiring the producer. I'm going to keep an eye on the time here. And this is going to be very loose, obviously. That's pretty much for today's chat, is the concept of let people do their gigs. Do your gig. Do you. And if you bring someone else in, let them be them. Otherwise, why bother?